Hey, happy Monday.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. So
Morning, Rob.
today, good morning. So today, in anticipation of the path to platinum, just want to go over two of the four disciplines of execution, and I think these apply a little bit more to us as team leaders. Um, do you know? Does everybody know how many of your team members, if any, are on the path to platinum registration?
Erica is on. Erica Howard.
Erica's on.
Yeah, but she
Um,
hasn't been receiving the emails I have, so I forwarded to her.
Okay,
I
fantastic.
I have not seen the breakdown of the teams as of this morning.
You're setting that up today, right, Alex?
Yeah, we've been getting inundated with new people, new team leaders. So it's classic real estate. We got to do it right at the very final last minute. But no, we will have teams today, especially for those that actually show up, because we have a lot of people that registered. But of course, a good indication of who's going to be joining us will be the ones that show up today. And today's session obviously kicks off at 12 o'clock, and then what we'll do is we'll send out the teams in the afternoon. So that's the plan.
Fair enough.
Alex, I want to take a 15-minute breakaway. What the heck's happening in Canada?
All I know is it's 5:30 in the morning right now.
Is your prime minister resigning?
Yeah, that's the word on the street. He's going to resign today, which is like pinch me moment. Like it's like one of those like, is that it really happening? But like, we don't know if it's a good thing because it gives the Liberal Party a bit more time and retool before the election. So we'll see what happens because it's like
kind of like Biden dropping out, huh?
Yeah, it's similar, totally. It's like a similar playbook for sure. Just minus 40 years off of his life. That's Justin. So
yeah, maybe the intellect is similar though.
Absolutely.
Anyway, I want to talk about the four disciplines of execution, and we're going to talk about two of them today. The four disciplines of execution that the two I'm going to talk about today are focus on the wildly important and act on the lead measures. Okay. And this is all stolen from the book, The Four Disciplines of Execution. So what's the wildly important?
Attending the inspection.
Attending the inspection. Now, for a team leader or an office manager, what's the wildly important?
Oh, wildly or mild? I'm sorry, I misunderstood. I thought you said mildly.
What's the wildly important? For me, I think it's culture, right? It's mindset. I think a lot of people would describe it differently, but I think with the right culture and the right mindset, you can move mountains. And I was talking to a team leader who one of his team members was telling him that, why the heck would you do that? You don't make any money on it. And he's like, well, because, I want to put you in a place where you build passive income. And, the practical person would say, why are you doing things that aren't going to make you money? But, the person focused on relationships is going to figure out, how do I make this the best place for my team members to thrive or my office to thrive. So I think those are some things that are maybe counterintuitive, but I want everybody to figure out what's the wildly important. Is it market share? Is it retention? Is it production per team member? I know that there's a team leader here where we put a couple people into full-time jobs and we might regret that. We allowed them to go there, and that's something that we're learning from. So what's the wildly important? And then once we determine the wildly important, the second step or the second discipline is, what are the lead indicators? And the lead indicators aren't commission checks coming in. the lead indicators are the activities that are going to get us to the outcome where we want to go. And Glenn, what's on your CSU circles there? There's what, like 6 or 7 of them? I think you look to the left, you can see them all in your office, right?
Yeah, there's many of them, but we really only focus on 3. There's only 3 that are important.
What do you focus on?
Conversations, which is net new real estate conversation over 3 minutes, and then appointment set and appointment met. Everything else fills in if you do those 3 things.
We've been set and appointments met. So those basically are the lead indicators that lead to contracts written and closed transactions, correct?
Yep.
So anybody want to share, like, what's the wildly important, for your team? For me, one of the wildly important things is to change the mindset of everybody that I can touch, from believing that interest rates, unreasonable sellers, unmotivated buyers are going to have any influence on, how many people you can serve and how much money you can make. That's wildly important to me because, Danielle, is the market up or down in Monmouth County this year?
Oh.
And
Oh,
what's it going to
no,
do? What's it going to do?
The team's up. The actuals, like number of houses sold, are down, but yeah.
Right.
Sorry.
And should the success of your team members or your team have anything to do with what the market is?
No.
I know logically people are gonna be like, oh yeah, the market's down 30%, I'm only down 11. Damn it, I don't want to be down. If you do all the activities, and when the market shifts, it screams opportunity for those who are going to embrace the change, right? And people need us more. If the market was so predictable, our value would be that of a admin person, right? The reason why we have more value is because the market is very dynamic, and it provides us an opportunity to serve our buyers, sellers, landlords, tenants with market opportunity and the information to make the right decisions. So I would encourage you all to figure out what's the wildly important things that you want to see happen in 2025. And then the second thing that we're talking about today is, what are the lead indicators? And that might even be, biased towards, 3-minute conversations in Glenn's model. And then, those 3-minute conversations, if they're done properly, will ultimately lead to appointments set and appointments held. Okay, and later on, we're going to talk about refining things, like if there's somebody that's having a lot of conversations and not a lot of appointments, or if somebody's having a lot of appointments held but not a lot of positive outcomes. Right? There's nobody on here from Westfield, but we have a really motivated, probably early 20s young man, Joe Garcia, who calls 3 hours a day. He has very, very serious contact goals that he works off of. And I saw him going on 2-3 appointments a week and coming up with 1 or 2 listings a month. So, for me, that was an opportunity as a leader, and for you as team leaders, you have to look at that. And sometimes you even have to take an internal look and see if maybe you're, slipping from where your standard is, right? So, his enthusiasm and his energy, his discipline only got him so far. And team leaders need to figure out later on in the 4 disciplines, how are you going to measure and change that outcome? How are you going to, because if somebody's making calls and they're not getting appointments, eventually that's going to dry up, right? And I think, Glenn, your team, is doing very well on their goals, but probably meeting their leading indicators. They're probably not getting aces, are they?
No, everyday struggle.
They're at like 30%, right?
Depends, some a lot less. Yeah.
So some a lot less than 30%. So how do you intend to move the needle, or do you not for those people?
Well, we just implemented a 3-strike rule.
What does that mean?
You miss your goal 3 weeks in a row and you're off the team. I'm here showing up every day. You need to show up every day. It's
Glenn, how many people do you think are going to be exited from the team?
2.
You think 2 will be exited?
Yeah.
You think you're pretty confident who the 2 are?
I hope that it's not, but I have a feeling because the story never changes, right? It's always
Right.
some external factor as to why they're not successful. And it's not here, it's their prior job, it's everywhere else. I've kept them too long.
Gotcha. Now I know, Pablo, I don't know if you're able to speak, but you have a different goal, right, this year, which might
Yes,
even be relevant to a lot of people.
yeah, definitely, Rob. I still want to keep my residential, but I'm getting into the business sales. So that's definitely part of my big goal for this year.
So you have you have a genuine curiosity, and I think you're going to do well at that. And I think you can help others as well, either having an awareness to make those referrals, or if they want to learn, I think you're going to have a pathway for them. So that's one example that comes to mind. Maybe Chopper wants to have more food items named after himself in town. I don't know. But does anybody else want to share what I'm putting you on the spot here, but I'm doing that on purpose because I want to know, without putting too much thought into it, what's your wildly important goal for 2025?
Mine is definitely recruiting
Okay.
and growing the office.
And
Ours is
maybe, well, I'm sorry, I'm going to come back to you, but Beth, maybe you want to just give a little bit of an intro, because everybody might not know who you are and how we've come to align ourselves together.
Well, we were Remax Marketplace in Celebration, and then we've joined Select. So I'm managing now the Celebration office. And if I'm brutally honest, over the last few months, I had been a good recruiter. I had stayed on it. I had set my goals. We had grown the office. Then for a number of reasons, I took my eye off the ball a bit, and the predictable happened, and we lost some agents, not necessarily ones we wanted to keep all that much, but I didn't grow as much as I wanted to. And so now I'm back. We're back in major growth mode, and I'm setting goals for myself on number of calls per day. And at the same time, I still want to retain the agents we have and help them grow their business also. But in order to grow the office, we've definitely got to recruit some new agents. Is that?
And you were one seasonable adjustment and one hurricane away from having a problematic business model, right?
Yes, I would say.
And I want everybody just to look that's we've aligned because we want to fix that, and we want best team to thrive. Now, I interrupted somebody before. I apologize. I forget who that was.
Ron.
And this is Ron. Yeah, we just want to get more face to face with our past clients and SOIs, and I think that's really more important than anything on our goals and on our list right now.
So, look, I would just say new year, not to be like the resolution, pie in the sky stuff, but here's an opportunity to start reshaping what 2025 is going to look like. And I don't know if you're like me, but I will go further to help somebody where it would be easier for me to procrastinate if I was doing it for myself. So if somebody says, hey, can you help me with this? I'm right on it. If I'm doing something for myself, I'm probably going to be, maybe tomorrow. So Alex, do you want to take the floor for a moment, since you know, you mentioned that Path to Platinum starts today. After we get the actual people that show up, I would like to let all the team leaders know, if they don't know, who on their team is participating, and hopefully with team members, the team leaders are also participating.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. So before I get into that, what's wildly important for me is that if it's not logged in the system, it didn't happen for our team. So making sure they take good notes and transferring those notes into the CRM. So that's something that's wildly important this year, because we want to know those conversations, and we want to know that the agents are meeting their goals. And the best way to do that is having something specific. And what better than actually having something that you can see. So anyway, that's my
and Alex, I want to put a question out there, because I'm looking at my Hollywood Squares. To your right is Danielle Coyle, and she has a rock star agent who fits that mold completely. Probably not the best at documenting anything. Is that still kind of true, Danielle?
Yes.
And like, do you just let that person, do you just let him go if he's doing well? I mean, he's probably platinum already, right?
Yeah, he is platinum. But I mean, to a degree, you know, but we're working on like so many other things and skills. I spoke with Alex, and he's actually going to step up and I was going to be the team leader. He's going to be the team leader. So trying to give him more of a leadership role and some more accountability, I think will, you know, help in those areas.
And you know, Danielle, you did a great job at getting him off of his stupid boardwalk job, right? Which really made the big difference. And you and I knew that for years. But he was basically an adolescent at heart, doing a job that he claimed he hated, but he did it all the time, and despite his productivity in real estate.
Mm-hmm.
So I know that there's a lot more of those out there, and there's something to be learned from that lesson. So I hope Scott embraces the fact that if it's not documented, it didn't happen. Because as a team leader, you can't measure anything if there's no accountability to reporting the process.
Can I add something to that, Rob?
Absolutely.
You know, wherever the agents are struggling, and if they're a producer, sometimes we just have to customize something that's going to help them. And, you know, like the activity of logging it in is something that is a team goal. And so if you've got someone that's doing a lot of business, your goal is still to maintain that login in the system and be more detailed, but sometimes you need to offer assistance to that. So if that's a virtual assistant or someone in the office that's, you know, doing that activity for them, like that still counts. Like, you know, if they're doubling or tripling down on production, don't be afraid to customize the order a little bit for them. Just a thought.
And Alex, I want to put something in here that just came to mind. Yesterday, I met with a team leader at Keller Williams who said that he was a RE/MAX person, and he wants to come back. He said that the business model lacks integrity, and what he meant by that was he said that, Rob, I don't know why your RE/MAX team leaders aren't cleaning up with Keller Williams team members. He's like, I have to sell people I'm paying a cap of $27,000 to the company, and then maybe they get a half a cap if they're on a team, but then they still pay to the team leader. Okay, so they're basically paying double caps. And he's like, it's, you know, he called it immoral, you know, and I think it had to be coming from the RE/MAX model originally, that he's like, I really don't feel good about selling this. So he wants to come over to us here and
Awesome.
in Southeast Florida. And I thought it was really interesting, the fact that he made the comment that he almost feels like he's taking advantage of people because they don't understand what they're signing up for. And, you know, I don't know if you agree that a lot of people don't really even know what their financial plan is, where they're at. They just get caught up in the emotion of it. And, you know, it really struck me that he felt that it was, you know, immoral, you know, to take advantage of people like that coming on the teams, the team leaders taking all the credit, the company, you know, basically, you know, feeding itself first. And anyway, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to find a role for him, but it was very interesting.
Nice, very good. Well, it sounds like we got a roster. I know Abe's been going after that market a little bit, so that's exciting. So I'll just jump into today is going to be a little bit of discussion. It's going to be on the itinerary, and I just want to thank everybody for the participation. If you haven't joined it yet, it's not too late. You still have a couple hours. Anyways, so really grateful. This is going to be an awesome course, and I can give a lot of credit to the support staff and Rob and just for putting it all together with the belief in the system. A lot of this is going to be really great for people that have lofty goals this year, and they're like, well, how am I going to achieve them? You're now aligning their goals with activities, and Glenn will like that, you know, so you get your numbers that are going to actually measure up to what you say you're going to do, and then we're going to help them through that. Just some logistic stuff. Can you, if you haven't already, add me as a friend on Facebook? All the team leaders, Alex Burns. I have a business one. I have a personal one in Victoria. I prefer the business one for this because I'm trying to keep everything organized, and that's with the blue background. So please find that. And then I can add you to your own specific group chat, which will be your own team chat that I've started on Facebook. So if you could go ahead and do that, that would be great. We've also started a Facebook group for the entire event, which will be just more of an announcement forum, which would be great. The other piece that I wanted to say was a big part of this day today, as we establish the team, please reach out to them individually. If you can make a quick phone call and get to know these people. Some of them you already know, and it's going to be natural, but there's going to be people you may not know that's on your team. Have that personal phone call with them. I'm going to send you over the details from the form that originally was a part of the registration of what their goals were. And so you can have that in front of you when you do call them. So then it's a bit more of a context of getting to know them. Then they've already shared what their dreams are for the year and what their goals with Path to Platinum is. So you'll have that data in front of you. What else? I feel like
Alex,
yeah.
I just got a text from an agent that signed up that's in Celebration, and have you sent the .loop commitment
form
document? He said he had not received it, so I just want to make sure we didn't.
Yeah, no, it hasn't, and the wording of that text message didn't come out the way that we hoped yesterday. So
okay.
But people are actually individually sending me their DocuSign version of it. But Elena from the team is she's sending that out today with a couple of the VAs. So people will probably get duplicates if they've already sent it to me, just because we want to make sure everybody gets it registered. But yeah,
So just tell them to sit tight.
That's been the story all weekend. Yeah, just sit tight.
Okay.
It's coming. It's coming. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. No, we got all the communication out, which is great. One of the thoughts I had, Rob, this is just maybe more of a side thought, but I thought Motto Mortgage would be one of the sponsors of this event, so we'll be bringing that up regularly in the context of the meeting. So we want to encourage a few things to happen, and this is me kind of speaking like from maybe a selfish point of view. Is our goal is to obviously grow the business, and so I use this platform to actually recruit agents, and I'm going to continue that trend actually throughout the program. So one of the key indicators or tracking numbers is if they provide a recruit, that'll be calculated in their score, their points. If you're a team leader and you want agents, please chat with me and Elena, because a part of this program will be I'll be talking to realtors that will want to join, and we're not really
Alex, some people may not know Elena. Elena is the COO for Florida, Chief Operating Officer, and she's
right.
Got a lot of experience. She was at the corporate office and ran the Northeast division for Remax LLC. So that's who Alex is referring to. She's just working in Florida. She's helping Alex put this program together for New Jersey, or Justin, you would not know who she is.
Yeah, she's awesome. Very detailed, very good. So, yeah, as far as team leaders, if you are looking to expand, have a conversation with us. I think this is going to be a good program to attract agents throughout, and we can always add some people to your group, and then they get points for that. And then of course that's part of my MO as agent growth. And
Alex, I want to just get an opinion. You know, what's most important for you with your team? Is it to grow your volume, to maximize profit this year? Is it to notice I said this year, not long term. Is it to strengthen the culture? Is it to have a higher standard, minimum standard or production per agent? Is it to hire more team members? Like, what comes to mind for some of us on the call? Maybe you know, Bobby's been silent. Which of those strike you as being more connected to you? Bobby Golden is not able to talk. Danielle, how about you?
So I guess I would say is to really maximize profit, but like the big goal was we establish, you know, goals for each agent is really to have every agent on the team meeting, exceeding their goals, which of course will then maximize profit. So, you know, there were a few agents that are kind of on the fence. So I'm hoping this program is going to help me help them. And they're all in it. I think I have 7 people that are signed up. So
awesome job.
You know, really getting them, everybody on the team all producing.
Fantastic. Bobby, you raise your hand.
I did, Rob. I'm sorry. I take myself off of mute. But kind of along piggyback what Danielle is saying is that we have some really good agents that are doing okay, but could do much better. So I've been promoting this since day one, that they should take this class and jump it up a notch. So the people that are producing, we're going to try our best to help them produce more. And those that are truthfully not holding up to their end of the deal, then we're going to have tough decisions to make. But we're going to use this program to help us make those decisions.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I have a hard time breaking up with agents.
Me too.
Because they always say they say something, but my coach has a saying that haunts me, and he said, I can hardly hear what you're saying, Alex. Your actions speak so loudly, I can't hear what you're saying. You want to be a top producer, but you don't show up, you don't make the calls, you don't log the effort, right?
Mm. So yeah, but we hold on to that moment that it might switch for them, you know.
Yeah,
and
feel free to borrow that. I can hardly hear what you're saying because your actions are speaking so loudly, or your inactions in many cases.
Right.
So if we could get to the point where, you know, Bobby, we eliminate a lot of the, you know, the people that, you know, we like, they're nice, you know, they do 2 or 3 or 4 deals a year, but they're just not committed. You know, it's kind of hard to build a culture where we, you know, let a lot of those people, you just hang around, right? And I think a lot of times we're afraid that they go somewhere else and then they succeed.
They don't, though, usually.
You're right. Most of the time they don't, but I think we all have, or at least, you know, sometimes I have that fear, like, oh, I'm going to let this person go because, you know, the only person that they can sell is me, on the fact that someday they're going to do something. They can't they can't sell a house or help a client. So we're at 9:01. Team Alex, you got a lot of riding on your shoulders there, buddy.
I'm excited. Thank you guys for your support. Appreciate it. Appreciate getting your agents in. Like I said, it's not too late, and we are looking for another team leader. So if you're interested and you're not signed up, please reach out. One thing that came to my mind, Rob, just quickly, if you have older agents that are just like not adopting your systems, one of the greatest things you can do is hire more agents, hire younger agents. So if you want to train your older agents, just hire younger agents, because they're going to watch the younger agents do it, and enough times they're going to get annoyed with it, and then they're going to start to adopt the new ideas. So you can take that one. But yeah, definitely, it's a numbers game, and some agents you thought would have been great didn't turn out so well, and then the ones that you were surprised that they came through, but they put the work in, and they got to that level. So it's actually quite interesting how recruiting goes and where teams go. But yeah, it's good.
Have a great week, and looking forward to day one.
Looking forward to it, guys. Have a good one.
Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah.